doing and what I've been so passionate about the last, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. So I'm going to go over what we're going to go through because I promised to get some people out of here pretty quickly. And we're going to stick to the schedule, and then we'll have plenty of time afterwards to talk and do whatever we need to do afterwards. First, we're going to go through and introduce ourselves so we all can get to know each other, even though most of us do know each other. And then our gracious, wonderful hostess is going to come up and tell us a little bit about herself and why she decided to open up her beautiful home for us today. And then I'm going to go over what our campaign is and what our major issues are and what we're doing it and why we're doing it and how important it is. And then at that point, we'll have a question and answer. So if you have questions, just hold on to them until that point, and then we can take care of that. And I'm going to go over what our strategy is and what it is you guys can do to help out. So what I'm going to do is hand out some paper here in case you have a need to take notes.
We're writers. We love paper.
Yeah.
Yay. We love paper.
You like paper?
Sure.
My dog likes paper too. So do the puppies.
She's a writer. So do the puppies.
She likes all kinds of paper,
Them
toilet paper
puppies.
especially.
Yeah, we are.
Puppies.
She loves to tear it up into little baby pieces and whatever is my favorite room to tell me, hey mommy, you're not paying attention to me enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we are. Okay, so I'm going to start by introducing myself. I'm Pepper, also known as Wendy, and I think you all know me as Pepper anyhow. And I've been involved with this for actually a couple years, doing union stuff and helping people to take care of them, to protect their jobs, to help them get their pays when it's not right, when conditions are bad and whatnot. So it's something that I've seen changes happen and things are really exciting, and when they get their, you know, their way or their protections or whatnot. And I work for the state right now, but I didn't always do that. I actually used to work for private industry for some pretty crooked places that didn't treat me quite right. There was one place that I worked at a customer service center that had, you know, we're in a phone center, but you guys remember the earthquake back in, I don't remember, 91, 93, the Northridge earthquake. Yeah, it was like 4 a.m. I was working graveyard at that time, so I was there when it happened. But we had to stay there all night. We had to stay till the end of our shift. Well, there's like gas things and fires going all around, and they're like, for your safety, you must stay here. I'm like, oh. But I did as I was told. I was a good employee. The next day, we had to come back to work, or we did not have a job. It was like a threat. Now, a lot of my friends had like red tags on their buildings, like they couldn't go home. Like our friend actually that's coming, one of her buildings is red tagged. I'm like, this is happening right here at home. Like, how are you gonna make me come into work? And if I don't come to work, I don't have a job. But if I don't have a job, how am I gonna keep doing all this other stuff? I'm gonna rebuild my life now. Everything just got destroyed. So I went to work the next day, like I was told, and we had like phones just laying all across, like wires, just like, it used to be cubicles, but there was no more cubicles because that building got destroyed. They moved it so across the street and around the corner the very next day. All the little ceiling things had like fallen down on the ground, and you could see up in the top big old air conditioning things and whatnot. We're talking on the phone to people.
That is so
Electricity
creepy.
is going off. It was creepy, but I kept going, you know, because I needed my job.
Oh, so scary.
That would never happen right now where I work because I'm in a union. Right now, if it gets a little too hot, I go down to the boss and I'm like, look, it's 85 degrees in here. People are about to pass out. We need to go home. They close the building down. You know, it's like they don't want to like break any laws or rules or get any problems. And it's not like we get everything we want, because believe me, like this is like the toughest time right now. We didn't get a raise. We actually got takeaways. We just passed a contract finally, because I'm sure you guys heard about the budget and the state's like really broke and there's no money in California, and I work for California, so they wanted to lay off like 20,000 people, but we got in our contract guarantee no layoff. So we all took a pay cut, but not any one of my friends are going to lose their job. So, and that's like gold right there. That's like the best thing ever. So that's why I'm really passionate about this program, because it's going to help. One of the things we're going to talk about is going to help bring unions to everybody, that everybody could have that ability to have safety and security and better benefits and health care and, you know, better pay, because we need that. We need that to bring our economy up, for money to be going around. You know, we can't just have really broke people and really rich people. It doesn't work that way, because the really rich people are going to find out there aren't any people that could spend money to make them richer anymore, because nobody has anything. You need a really strong middle class to keep everything going, and that's what we're working on. That's what we really, really, really want. So right now, I want to bring up Shauna, who is fabulous. She's a visionary. She's a musician. She knows things. She actually is the one that inspired me to really get involved in the union, because I was sort of teetering on, well, I could do a little bit. She's like, you're really awesome. I had like no drive, no purpose, no reason for a while. You know, I just worked at the DMV and just like, I hated my job and I hated my job. I take it out on my customers, you know. And I got involved in the union and she's like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. That's why you had to deal with that. That's why you went to the DMV and now you're where you're changing lives. I'm like, ooh, okay, cool. So, there's Shauna.
Good job, Peg.
Good job, Pepper.
Yeah. First, I'd like to applaud Pepper for all she's doing for California. You're fighting for the workers, but you're also fighting for people who don't have say, like prisoners. I know the union works within the prisons, right? The school systems. It touches every single part of our society. And that's why I'm here today, because I do want to support Pepper, but also, even if I didn't know you, and I had no interest in that kind of a situation, say I just had met you, I still would want to do this, because I'll tell you why, even though I love you, of course, you know. Because, you know, this is the biggest problem in the world right here. Not having union support in a job, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to give a really good example. I'm going to sit down. We're all going to get this quick. On 9/11, when the first building crashed into one of the World Trade Centers, 90% of the employees went to leave. And there was not a union worker on every level going, come on, let's go, let's go. There were bosses going, go back to work, get back to work, go on, get back in there. Oh yes. And people started going back up the stairs, looking out the window. Thousands of people died in a few seconds when those buildings came down because there wasn't anyone who had organized, protected, and said if there's ever a tragedy, because it had been hit before, there had been a plane attack before, like 10 or 20 years earlier, I don't know, it was within 20 years, 70s or 80s. And, you know, there was no leaders there on each floor going, no, we're leaving. We'll call you tomorrow. Okay, so we're living in times where there could be earthquakes. There could be 9/11s. And we need to be able to protect ourselves in our job and go home to our families. Children, pets, parents lost their family that day because some boss was just listening to the higher up, tell them to go back to work. We can't lose a buck. We can lose a life, but we can't lose a buck. And the union is there to say, no, you know what? This is a tragedy. You will be paying us for today. We're not going to lose any bucks. We make you enough bucks. In the contract, it should state for our days, for our 21st century, in case of an attack or an assumed attack, all employees leave. Period. Nobody goes back to their desk. Okay? So that's why I'm here today, whether I love you or know anyone in this room or not, because we do need protection. We need to be able to have someone speak for us when we can't speak for ourselves. All right, that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just go around the room and get a little idea of like why you guys decided to come over for today, what your idea was, like what we're doing, why you would choose to spend an hour here today. And I guess we'll start on this side of the room.
Well, my name is LaShawn, and I'm a 721 staff, a union staff. Before that, I was private industry, Department of Mental Health. Fought for a union with my coworkers. Ended up single mom with 3, facility closed, without 2 jobs. Came to fight with for workers to have the right that I was looking to have. It's not labor friendly in this state. Around the country today, we need it. People do die in other countries fighting for rights, human rights, all types of rights. Here, we don't really have to worry about it, except what that example she gave is true. We do need to have language to protect us as workers, middle class families. That's why I'm here, and that's why I believe in this change that we're looking for as a country. We've spoken, we're ready for it. Regardless of whoever's leading the country, we need change. At the end of the day, we need to make sure our kids are safe, they have good health care coverage when they go into their lives. They shouldn't be coming back to live with family members after 40 years. To watch my coworkers walk out the door for the doors closing. They've given 25 years without a pension, no retirement to start over. Some of them maybe just possibly did high school and been there 20 years. You get comfortable, you think, when I get 65, I'm gonna have my retirement to go to and I can live and do whatever, but these people have to start over. I'm in school still. I learned when I walk through that door I need to go to school. School prices, tuition is crazy. Why don't we get free education? Because the bosses are asking for it. To see bosses get like maybe 600% more than what the workers get, and they come in every day to keep the doors open, keep these services going. We come every day and we care. I cared about the kids I work with. At the end of the day, the kids were disrupted their lives because the CEO was greedy. He didn't care about us. So we gotta make them care. We gotta make them care. We gotta say, wake up, because tomorrow people are gonna suffer, and who's suffering is the people that really work hard. So we want to make it even and fair. We want to have a voice. We want to be represented. We want to keep our standards. You know, we care. We care for our pets. If I'm in an earthquake, I want to come home and check on my family, not someone to tell me to stay there and be a teller and keep that bank doors open. No, I wanted to go home. Look, I'm leaving. It's not worth my life to sit here and make you $1. So today we have a choice. Either it's that dollar or it's take care of our families and our communities. So that's why I'm here with Pepper, and I've been doing this too. I also volunteer for this, so you know, I'm excited to see everyone here, and I'm glad you host this house meeting. That's what we need. It starts with us, so you know, I just want to say thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name's Terry, and I've been a lifelong friend and sister of Pepper. I call her Wendy, but whenever she's involved in something, I like to support her as she supports me. I know I can trust her that you've done the research. So whatever you've done, I'm going to support, because we're like-minded. And when I see movies, you know, like that Fahrenheit one, and you know, things, I just watched the W movie, you know, it makes me feel responsible. I'm 43 and I want to join the rest of the adults in a like-minded way. I'm just entering a career of hypnosis. I don't know what that will bring to me. I know the college has been amazing, and I know I have a lot of people asking questions, but I don't know what the future holds. I know that banks are falling apart. I know that businesses are falling apart. It's very scary. The little businesses are being run down by the big businesses, and we all have to, as President Obama said, we all have to find out what we can do to help, you know, and I'm anything that anybody who can give me information about what I can do. I don't want to be somebody who says, oh, that's too big, my vote doesn't count. Oh, just by me changing my water heater or whatever, that's not going to matter. Yeah, it will, because I know